Welcome back to Next Shift with Rick Wagen. Suzuki does not suck. This is the post-game show after the Montreal Canadiens win their second preseason game, this time against the Philadelphia Flyers, 4-2. It was a great game. We're going to talk about all the different players, the different lines, who showed up tonight. The Xhekaj brothers were together. Can't wait to talk to you on this episode of Next Shift.
Slafkovsky score! Petrie, 1 second. Go! Another stage. Laine, Hutson score! Look after it now. He's in. He's
Deminov! Welcome back to Next Shift with Rick Wagen. Tonight, the Montreal Canadiens won 4-2 at the Bell Center against the Philadelphia Flyers. They opened the scoring early in the game on a great pass by Laine Hutson to the goal Caufield, who fired a shot into the net, a one-timer, to take the lead 1-0. It was a secondary assist by Suzuki, and the Montreal first line came out hot with a goal very early on. Later in the period, the Montreal Canadiens got some secondary scoring by Baby Wi-Fi. Florian Xhekaj fired a puck in after Tyler Thorpe won a battle in the corner, and the Montreal Canadiens took a 2-0 lead. They took a 2-0 lead into the second period. The Philadelphia Flyers did score to make it 2-1. Earlier in the second period, Slafkovsky got a skate to his face by Dvorak and missed a few shifts. On his first shift back, Caufield dumped it in. Slafkovsky won a battle on the wall, got the puck over to Suzuki, and Suzuki fired it home to make it 3-1, and the Montreal Canadiens took a 3-1 lead. A little bit later on, Philadelphia Flyers got a power play and beat Kapanen on the short side. It wasn't the best goal. He gave up 2 goals pretty quickly. The first one was not his fault. It was a breakaway where Reinbacher got beat, had a bad bounce off his skate. Nobody helping him on the other side. Bisson kind of got lost in the zone. And Richard, the former Rocket on Montreal, with his speed, just made Reinbacher look pretty slow and made Kapanen not look so good. So it was 3-2 for the rest of the game. The Montreal Canadiens' first line, when they were out there, took over a large portion of the game. When the other lines were there, it was a little less effective, although it looked like the Montreal Canadiens had the pace of play. In his defense, Kapanen did come through with some big saves in the third period to keep the game 3-2. And then Arber Xhekaj, big brother, fired an empty netter in the last minute to seal the victory and make it 4-2. So as I was saying, the Montreal Canadiens played their second game in 2 nights, completely different lineup. The first lineups of Slafkovsky, Caufield, and Suzuki were outstanding. Laine Hutson played with Guhle. They were outstanding. I have no fear of a sophomore jinx with Laine Hutson. That kid is going to be a superstar. And Kaiden Guhle looked really, really strong tonight as well. Xhekaj played with Carrier. I thought they played a good game. There was a couple mistakes by Xhekaj, but all in all, they played a solid game. The line of Bolduc, Newhook, and Roy, for me, Newhook and Bolduc looked like NHL players. They didn't play the greatest of games. They're going to be potentially a third or fourth line, bottom 6. I think Bolduc needs to take it up a notch. He didn't look bad. I just think he needs to get a few more opportunities, a little bit more quickness in his game. And then Roy, I wanted to like him. I just felt like he's falling behind at least 3 guys, maybe even 4. We'll talk about them in a bit. I mean, I think Beck and Kapanen had better games last night. Tonight, Florian Xhekaj had a goal, had a fight, had a few other opportunities, looked pretty good for a young 4th-round pick. And then Joey Veleno, who centered the line of Veleno, Blais, and Rohrer, I thought Veleno looked pretty good. He was strong on the puck. He played 200-foot game. I like the way he played hockey. So kudos to Joey Veleno. I'm not, Team Veleno, but I think he didn't hurt himself tonight. So Florian and Veleno took a step up. Unfortunately, Roy didn't play badly, but he didn't show me enough to say he's going to be a solid fit. So now, in my opinion, we're down to 4 guys fighting for one spot when you take Kapanen and Beck into consideration. Obviously, there's a 13th forward as well, so that might fill a gap. I don't think they're going to take a young guy and put him in the 13th forward spot. That's where I think Veleno has a leg up on some of the other players to stick with the team, but we'll see how it goes. On defense, obviously Reinbacher played with Bisson. He didn't look that great. He's 20 years old. He's missed a couple of seasons in a row. He's not there yet. And it's very, very obvious that he's not there yet, but he's young and he has a lot of tools. He got hit a couple of times and it looked scary. It looked like he might hurt himself again. I hope he can play a full season in the AHL, get some experience, and hopefully with the tools that he has, the size that he has, get bigger, get some man strength in him, come back next year and be part of this team. So that's the game. All in all, we're looking at 2 games in a row. The Montreal Canadiens had some good showings, some less good showings. I guess when we're talking about some of those players that I mentioned, I wasn't overly impressed with Guhle. He did okay. He hit a couple of guys, but he didn't have the hands. I thought Tyler Thorpe used his size well, but he's not NHL skills ready yet. Florian Xhekaj opened some eyes. Rohrer looked a little undersized, but you could tell he's going to be good one day. He's still very, very young, and he's fast and pretty strong for his size. So all in all, the Montreal Canadiens looked really good, and the first line just looked overpowering, and so did Hutson and Guhle. And Arber Xhekaj looked really, really good as well. We've been hearing a lot of good things about him in camp. I don't think he did as well as he's been doing in camp, but he did pretty well. So kudos to the Montreal Canadiens. A big win. They're 2-0 in the preseason. That's more than they were last year. And so off to the next game on Thursday night. They play Toronto Maple Leafs at home. And then on Saturday night, they go to Toronto to play the Toronto Maple Leafs again for their 4th preseason game. Then they have 2 more games remaining with the Ottawa Senators, one on a Tuesday night and one on a Saturday night. And then there's a few days before the regular season begins. So it's going to be a battle for that last 12th spot, but the team is looking good. The offense is looking good. The defense is looking good. Kaapo Kähkönen had a rough start to his Montreal career in the first period he was in, or first half a period, but I think he settled in the third and looked pretty solid the rest of the way. So the Montreal Canadiens are set for another game on Thursday night. Until then, that's it for me. That's it for Next Shift. Suzuki does not suck. Talk to you guys soon.
Slafkovsky